Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real-life stories that will leave you speechless. The evening started with laughter and energy. It was time for my company's annual celebration. Music played, lights sparkled, and champagne glasses chimed as people mingled. My wife, Lena, had insisted on coming. She said she wanted to meet my colleagues, but I knew better. Deep down, she craved the attention. That afternoon, she had fussed endlessly over what to wear, asking me repeatedly which dress made her look irresistible. At the time, I didn't realize she wasn't dressing for me. She was dressing for someone else. From the moment we stepped into the hall, something felt off. Lena wasn't sticking by my side like usual. Instead, she moved through the crowd, laughing, touching arms, drawing eyes wherever she went. I watched silently as she circulated, a glass of wine in hand, soaking up every glance. I tried to dismiss it. She had always flirted a little, seemed harmless. But that night, the way she looked at Ethan, my co-worker, said everything had shifted. There was history there, or maybe danger, in that gaze. Ethan was the kind who loved testing limits. Loud, arrogant, self-assured, someone who believed charm excused disrespect. He had made careless jokes about Lena before, ones that made my jaw tighten, but I'd always ignored them. That night, though, I saw him staring at her, like a predator sizing up prey. And worse, she was letting him. Every time she leaned close, he smirked, and she touched his arm as if daring me to respond. People around him noticed, too. Whispers began spreading quietly through the crowd. Then, right before dessert, it happened. Ethan, standing near her, raised his glass and loudly complimented her beauty. All eyes turned to them. Lena laughed, pretending to shush him, and then he kissed her. Not a quick, playful peck. A long kiss that stole the laughter from the room and replaced it with heavy silence. I saw the shock in her eyes mid-kiss, realizing too late what was happening. But by then, the focus had shifted onto us. Behind me, I heard a glass shatter. I didn't shout. I didn't tremble. I simply looked at her and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "We're done." Just those 2 words. Then I turned and walked past them both, leaving the party without a backward glance. The silence that followed hit harder than any argument we'd ever had. Lena didn't come home that night, and I didn't wait. I spent hours packing. Photos, clothes, anything that reminded me of us went into boxes. I wasn't going to fight over betrayal. I was removing myself from it. By morning, I had moved into a modest apartment across town. The only thing I left behind was the house key, taped to the kitchen counter with a note. "It's all yours now. So is the guilt." At first, she didn't call, maybe embarrassed, maybe thinking I'd soften. Then the messages began. "It's not what it looked like." He surprised me. "Please, let's talk." I ignored every single one. I didn't need excuses from someone who had already explained everything with her actions that night. The woman I thought I knew, the one who had promised respect, vanished the moment she didn't stop that kiss. Weeks later, the truth emerged. Ethan was fired. He had a history of harassing female employees, and the party stunt had been the final straw. Lena tried to play the victim, claiming he caught her off guard, but everyone had seen how close they were all night. Whispers spread fast. She wasn't a victim. She was a willing participant who only realized too late that choices carry consequences. About a month later, she showed up at my apartment, tired, broken, mascara-streaked, hair messy, eyes swollen from crying. "You didn't even give me a chance to explain," she whispered. I looked at her calmly. "You had your chance, right before he kissed you." She begged, calling it a mistake. I simply nodded. "You're right. And I made mine when I thought you'd never make me feel small." That was the end. She left without another word. Years later, I don't remember anger from that night. I remember clarity. Watching her with Ethan revealed a truth I've been ignoring. Respect matters more than love. Without it, everything crumbles. I didn't need revenge. Walking away was enough. When you leave someone who disrespects you, you don't lose. You reclaim your worth. As for Lena, last I heard, she moved out of state alone, still trying to repair a reputation her choices destroyed. That kiss didn't just end a marriage. It ended the version her people once respected. And me? I built a new life. One that started the moment I said, "We're done."